Hello, students. Today we are here with a beautiful poem from your English text Honeydew book for class 8, The Ant and the Cricket. You must be aware of the two characters which you will be learning in this poem, the ant and the cricket. What is an ant and what is a cricket? Both are insects. Okay, ant is not a new thing. At home, in the kitchen, or on the walls, on the floor, you see n number of ants, small ones, bigger ones, black ones, red ones. So ant is a common thing which we see in our day to day life. And the cricket, here cricket is not a game, it is an insect, just like a grasshopper which makes some noise, a sound sort of. So today we are going to learn about a fable, about a story with animals as characters and which conveys a moral. Okay, so before we begin, this is the poem, the second poem from your Beehive textbook. Now, what we are going to learn from this poem or in this poem, we are going to learn about what is a fable. We are going to learn about Aesop's fable, who is Aesop, about ants and crickets, about the poem, the word meanings, the main idea of the poem, the summary of the poem, the inner meaning and the moral, and the homework which I will be giving you as an activity. Now, children, what is the meaning of hard work? Or when do you work hard? Yes. For example, take for your examination. When examination dates are approaching, you start working harder and harder. At times, you will be very casual, but when the dates are announced for exams or when you are supposed to answer a test, what do? You start working hard. And what is the result? When you work hard, definitely you start getting success. Yes. But if you don't work hard, what is the outcome? Yes, what is the outcome? You don't pass in your test. You find it difficulty in answering or in passing out the test which is given to you by your subject teachers. Okay, now tell me, if anybody is in difficulty, what is your role? If anybody is in difficulty, what is your role? Definitely you would tell me that, ma'am, we would go and help that particular person when the person is in difficulty. Fair enough, that's good to hear that people, when they find time to go and help the one who is in need, of the one who is in difficult, in difficult times, you go and give your helping hand to that particular person. But if that person is not bothered, okay, if that person is not bothered or is not worth of taking a help, what would you do? You need to go and tell him that whatever you have to do, you have to think about your future. Now when we work hard, or when we start, when suppose you people come to school, why do you come to school? You come to school to learn, to study. You think about your future, you think about your career. For the same purpose, you do admit yourself in the schools, and you start learning, you start gaining knowledge. And as you grow, or as you go to the higher and higher classes, your studies also start increasing, and you start learning some more at a more difficult level. Okay, the same thing is implied in your life, or maybe the poem which we are going to learn today. When we think about our future, we start preparing ourselves right from our present time. I will give you a small example. In the rainy season, okay, as the rainy season starts, The most happiest person is the farmer. He will be waiting for the rainy season to come. And so also we, because we have planted so many trees, we have a beautiful garden, and there is a shortage of water in summer season, so we all anxiously wait for the rain. At the same time, what do we do? Because when the rain starts, we cannot go out. We cannot go out and purchase lot of things. We cannot dry our clothes, or we cannot dry some grains in the sun. So what is our duty? We store them, isn't it? We purchase in the summer season all the grains or whatever things which last for longer. We clean it, we dry it, and we store it in a airtight container so that we can use it in our upcoming days, that is in the rainy season, maybe for a couple of months, or in a or at least a year. You must be knowing your parents, maybe your your mothers preparing pickles, papad. When do they do it? Do they do it in the month of June? No, they don't go to do in the month of June. They do it in the summer season. Why? They do it, they prepare it, they store it for you people, so that at the in the rainy season we are not able to go out purchase vegetables, because lot of rain everywhere, water. So what we can do, we can, whatever is stored, we can utilize it. So the thing what we can do it, whenever we have time, we have to utilize it, think about our future, and then act accordingly. In this poem, there are two animals which are the characters, the animals as characters, the main characters, the ant and the cricket. And here we see how these two characters are opposite to each other. We will see how the ant is different from the cricket, and how the cricket is different from the ant. And at the end, what moral do we get from this poem? So let us begin with our explanation. What is fable? Now children, here you can see some pictures. You can see the lion and the mouse, you can see the hare and the tortoise, and you can see the thirsty crow. What are these? These are fables. Okay, these are fables because they have animals as characters, and at the end of the story we get a moral. What moral do we get here? The lion and the mouse, that in times of difficulty, even an enemy can help. When you have helped someone in their difficult times, automatically in your difficult times that particular person will help you. The hare and the tortoise, what is the moral we get it? Slow and steady wins the race. Do not be overconfident. And here in this story, that is a thirsty crow, what is the moral we get it? That we should never give up. Try until you succeed. So these are the stories which you have already heard from your grandparents, all the bedtime stories. So these are called as fables, wherein you have animals as characters. So a fable is a story that usually uses animals to teach a valuable life lesson, a moral. This story is typically a short and it states its moral at the end. Now, can you guess the names of these popular fables? As I told you, the first one is The Lion and the Mouse, second one is The Hare and the Tortoise, the third one is The Thirsty Crow. Why is Aesop's fable famous? Okay, who is an Aesop? Some of the most popular fables were told by a man known as Aesop, who was born as a slave in Greece thousands of years ago. So he was a person who was a slave in Greece, and he used to tell all this such stories, and he wrote many stories for children. The tortoise and the hare, the lion and the rat, the crow and the pitcher are just few Aesop's notable fables. So here you can see the picture here, the fox and the sour grapes, here the fox and the crane. So there are n number of stories, children, fables you can say, wherein the animals are as characters, and at the end of those stories you get a valuable moral. Now something about ants and crickets. As I told you, ants you all are familiar with. Now, what is cricket? One cricket is a game which you all play with a bat and a ball, and one cricket is an insect. Crickets, also known as true crickets of a family Greenland, are insects related to bush crickets and more distantly to grasshoppers. If you have seen a grasshopper, it is something similar to grasshoppers. Those are the uh, insects of the family called Grillade. Crickets are mainly nocturnal and are best known for the loud, persistent chirping song of male trying to attract females, although some species are mute. So, crickets, as I told you, they make a particular sort of noise, that is a sound. Okay, based on that, you can identify that that particular cricket is a male cricket. So, here you can see a picture. Male crickets usually chirp when they are trying to attract a mate. It chip, 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 something sort of sound they make it to attract the female cricket. Ants, you know all. Here you can see ants, small ants, big ants, red ants, black ants, whatever. Ants are the common insects, but they have some unique capabilities, and ants are remarkable for their self organizational skill and great team culture. Have you seen ant moving alone? No, they always move in groups. Okay, they have lot of coordination and lot of cooperation among them. Wherever they go into group, and they have good organizational skill, and a good, the ant who is leading the entire group is having a great, that ant is called a great team leader. Okay, so two qualities which we are going to learn about ant is what? About their organizational skill and great team culture. So these are the true unique qualities of ant. Children, here you can see this is an ant, a brown color ant, and here you can see a cricket, a green color cricket, who is having those two antennas on top of its head. Now, similar to grasshopper. Clear? Okay. Now, let us go through the poem and then I will give you the summary. Okay. So, here the poem from your book, stanza by stanza, we will go line by line. I am going to explain to you, and then we shall see the summary of the poem at the end. Here begins the poem from your textbook. A silly young cricket, accustomed to sing through the warm sunny months of gay summer and spring, began to complain when he found that at home his cupboard was empty and winter was come. Now, this is the first stanza. Okay, this is the first stanza from your textbook. What it says, a silly young cricket. The cricket is, you can see here, the cricket is sitting on the branch of a tree, busy playing a music and singing. The same time, you can see the ants who are working so hard, who are storing something into their shed, okay, into their home. But the cricket is least bothered. At least looking at them, he had to change. But no, it did not change. He is so engrossed in his own life that he was so busy singing. So here it has been told, a silly young cricket accustomed to sing. Accustomed is he's used to. Okay, he has a habit of singing and singing and singing through the warm and sunny months of gay summer and spring. Happy summer and spring. So, as the season comes, he is only spending his precious time in singing, singing, and only singing rather than working hard or thinking about his future, what he shall do, what he shall eat when it will rain or when the winter comes. Nothing absolutely. He is just sitting and enjoying himself, playing music and singing all the time. began to complain when he found that at home his cupboard was empty. So, when the time was there, he did not utilize that time. He just went on singing and singing. But when he went home and he opened his cupboard, what did he see? His cupboard was empty because there was no grain, there was no food, and winter was come. It was just on the verge of coming. And once the winter starts, everywhere there's a snowfall. You cannot move out. So before the winter comes, what you need to do? You need to store everything, whatever food is available outside, whatever you get, store it in the cupboard so that you need not go out to search for that. You are happily sitting at home feeding your family. But the cricket did not think. When he went at home, when he opened his cupboard, he found it was totally empty. Nothing was there in the cupboard. And he started complaining now. Oh God, what shall I do? The winter has already arrived and I have not done anything. I have not stored a single grain in my cupboard. Not a crumb to be found on the snow covered ground, not a flower could he see, not a leaf on a tree. Oh, what will become, says the cricket, of me? Now he started complaining. He said, not a crumb to be found, not a piece of bread is there in the cupboard. He searched everything. The cupboard is totally empty and the ground is totally covered with snow. Where shall I go and search the food now? Whom shall I ask? Who is going to give me? Not a flower could he see because every plant and uh, everywhere the ground is totally covered with snow. There's not a single leaf on the tree. Oh God, what is going to happen to me now? Says the cricket. He's so worried. He's so upset. He's not understanding what to do. See, when you don't plan about your future, when you don't think about the upcoming days, what is going to be, you're going to be at a state of the cricket. He did not think about his upcoming days, that is, the winter is coming, he has to store food, but he just went on singing and singing, wasting his time. If he would have thought and saved something for himself, he would have not cried now. But he did not do anything. And when the winter arrived, he saw the entire ground is covered with snow. He is not finding a single piece of bread or a food in his cupboard, not a flower he could see, nor a leaf on the tree. And he started sobbing, crying, and he's saying, what is going to happen? What is going to happen of me? Who is going to help me out? So he is totally upset and he's worried because he has not stored anything for himself. So, children, here I stop. The remaining explanation I shall explain it in the next video. I hope you all have understood. Please read the first stanza and the explanation which I have given. Till then, bye. Take care.